Microphones I like to frequent in 2018. Most of the time I used a 33 and for gigs the SR40V, but every now and then I like the idea of something with a little bit of a sound to it, a sound that I enjoy to play with. So I might do the first set on the SR40V and then use something else in the second set. I've got 3 spare channels on the desk, so I've chosen 3 mics from 2018 that I enjoyed using. The first is a Bayer Dynamic M500 ribbon mic. Nicely made, it's got something of an old school feel to it. Fine grill. Quite a large mic. But not particularly heavy. What does it sound like? Let's go straight there. This is the Bayer M500. Immediately, when you heard that straight away, that's part of its character. It's fast and accentuated. And I notice a bit of warmth there, which I think for my voice is well placed. If I bring it a bit closer, we get some proximity and a bit more detail from there. If I bring it closer still, even more proximity there, and enough for me, I think. If I take some of the top off, I'm going to put it down to 3. You can hear what it sounds like there. So it's still got the detail, but those parts are not quite as brightly lit. But actually, I use it flat. I think if I'm going to have a bit of character, let me have a bit of character. 33. Next on my list, this one's getting expensive. Friend of mine, we tried them and she bought it. Got her about £100 in a year, I think. Maybe that's exchange rates or things, I don't know. But it is the Sennheiser E965. Kind of a satin, kind of a silky finish. I'm on the 33. Quite weighty, quite large. Very nicely made. As you may have seen before, 1-inch diaphragm condenser with settings round the side for various things, polar pattern and so on and so forth. But what does it sound like? Sounds like this. And what do I notice there? A little bit, it's fascinating. I was going to say a little bit muted. And then I listen, I think, well, no, all that stuff is still there. There's a little bit of round about there, warmth, even from here. If I bring it in a bit closer, closer, so it's got some low-end welly. So this one will need some technique. You can use the switches to reduce that or use your technique. So I just find it very smooth, just kind of cozy almost, but deceptive because there's still the detail. Very nice microphone. Back on the 33. And now we come to the other one that I've enjoyed. And it's the Shure KSM8. Again, this time more satin than silk. So a little bit of grip. Very nicely made. And as you may have seen, one of the prettiest housings going. But what does it sound like? It sounds like this. It sounds like this. It sounds like this. That part isn't as high as the others. And there's a little bit of push there. there's the vaguest hint of an SM58, but much higher quality, seems to me. If I bring it a bit closer, so the lower end there is firm. I'm missing the lowest part, so I bring it closer still, which is part of the design actually. If I bring it closer still, so yeah, for me, it just about reaches to be usable, but not far enough to be enjoyable, really, for me, this one. So I can hear that the components, the higher components of my voice are more prominent because the lower parts being truncated somewhat. But nonetheless, it's smooth as well. It's a little bit more rock, I think, than the Sennheiser, though they're kind of similar. They're in the same kind of ballpark, I think. And this is a Sennheiser, and this is a Sennheiser. They're not a million miles apart. More of that there. The Sennheiser, the KSM8, similar styly, but very different, of course, is this one. The Beyerdynamic M500, the Beyerdynamic M500. So one of the most characterful, but I like it. Back on the 33. It's now the 1st of January 2019, and I wish you a happy new year.